This conference will now be recorded.
Hello? Hello? Hello, Jyoti, can you hear me? Hello? Sure, can you hear me? Hello? Hello, Jyoti, can you hear me? Hello? Hello, Kishore, are you there? Hello?
Hello.
Kishore.
Yeah, I can hear you. Jyoti, can you hear me?
Jyoti, I think it's not audible. Jyoti's voice. Jyoti, can you unmute and mute it? Mute and unmute it. Or rejoin. Just rejoin, try to rejoin, and we'll see. Hello, Jyoti, can you hear me? Can you please rejoin the session? Jyoti? Hello? Okay. Hello? Jyoti, we are audible to you? Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Jyoti, can you hear me? Kishore, could you please restart the session? And we'll see.
Hello.
Jyoti, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now.
Hello?
I can hear you now.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Jyoti, I'm able to hear you now.
Okay.
What happened, Jyoti?
Oh, it's connected to Bluetooth, my AirPods. So that is the reason it was not getting.
Oh, okay, okay. So how was your weekend? I mean, I was not there. Not able to take yesterday the session.
Yeah. Kishore intimated me.
Right, right. So, like, have you gone through that anything, Jyoti? Any previous
Yeah,
sessions and?
yeah. I've done some other also collections. I tried using some HackerRank problems and I did few. Also,
Uh-huh.
this servlets I've done a few, but then still the XML it is going to my newest version even if I download JDK 8.
Oh,
Like I'm trying to do it locally also, like if you go to your project files where your Eclipse folders are actually there, I tried placing there also, it was not able to take the XML. Except the XML it was working, but if you put in XML it's not able to go through.
okay.
I've been
So,
watching YouTube videos, but for them I don't know how come whenever they say XML file it's coming like a text file.
mhm. So you are able to run servlet applications without XML?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're able to write?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have seen now the sessions, right?
Yes.
And there is something we have missed it. I didn't work on it. I'll come back to you on that. So you got it. What is a HTTP session and all, right? We
Mm-hmm.
have a couple of values, how we are going to get it and all. I didn't work on it. I'll come back to you again. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and now we would like to see what is a filter. Any idea about filters?
Changing of no, that is filter is like pre-processing and post-processing.
Correct. Correct. So basically, filters is a concept for in Java for authentication and for authorization.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to perform any authentication or authorization, then we will be going with the filters. Suppose I have a login form. So see, I don't want to evaluate with the credentials. The credentials, okay. I mean, JavaScript we can use it, and we can check the patterns. We can check it with the JavaScript. But the thing is, the availability of these values in the database, whether they are there or not. So these things we need to make sure with the help of filters. So filter is same like a servlet. Filter is same like a servlet.
So
So before reaching to actual servlet, we would like to authenticate. That is called filters. In the Spring technology also we have a security. So filter is nothing but to keep the point in mind. Security.
mm-hmm.
Security your security for your application where only authenticated and authorized persons should only use that. So to do that, Servlet has a concept called filters. The purpose of the purpose of filters is to authenticate or to authorize your application. I mean the client. Okay, before see Gmail, if you're logging in, it will authenticate you're the right person or not. If not, it will say no, enter the valid credentials or invalid credentials or something. Are you hearing me?
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, we don't want to give actually servlets in terms of MVC. Hope you are aware of MVC. Are you?
Model view controller.
Wonderful. So model and view and controller. So this is frequently used terminology in the application development.
Mm-hmm.
So model is nothing but which contains the business logic, the implementation logic. View talks about the presentation logic.
Mm-hmm.
View talks about the presentation logic. That means what should be printed onto the client's mission. That's called view. And the next thing is controller. Controller will act as a mediator between the model and view. So this is MVC basically. Model, view, and controller. Controller will be acting as a mediator between the model and view. Model is your, we call it as where you're going to write your business logic or application logic or your project classes or your Boolean classes or your any student classes which contain setters and getters and constructors. So that's called model. Okay, any
But
implementation?
we
Yeah.
can say programs also, right? Basically.
Yeah, we can say implementation is actually we can say in that way also. Yeah, some
Mm.
logic we will be writing. But
Mm.
in the MVC diagram, view means suppose a form like we have for the student details I would like to fill. So student form will be displayed. That's my view. That might be a HTML page or that might be a JSP page. Generally, all the views will be generated with the JSPs because
Mm.
JSP is a technology which runs on the server, but HTML doesn't need the server. So they're static and compared to the JSP, HTML, we have so many advantages on with the JSP. So that's the reason basically JSP is used as a view. Apart from that, sometimes we'll also use a simple page to display something. We'll be using HTML pages. So JSP as presentation logic, and your model, your bean classes or project classes, or sometimes some implementation logic, where the model and view to establish an association between these things or to connectivity. I may have n number of models in my project, student accounts and sports. All these are all model classes.
Mhm.
For all of these models, I may have a number of different views also. Student 1.jsp and accounts 1.jsp and sports 1.jsp. So there are multiple models and multiple views has been associated. Which model has to go to the which view is associated? That logic we are going to write as part of the controller. So that's what is your controller.
Mhm.
Are you getting me?
Mhm. Mhm.
So in the real time, when you're working with the Spring technology, all the controllers they'll be developing with the technology called sublets. So that's the reason sublets will be used as a controllers for further. It is not talks. It doesn't talk about business logic. It talks about the controlling logic. So I hope you're getting me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So now coming to this filters. Filters is a concept in the servlets to authenticate any person, any client, or to authorize any client. We'll use this concept separately. Why we would like to handle it means we want everything independent. Application we can develop in a simple way and in a complex way. Why you have to develop in what do you say in a complex way means in the sense everything has to be divided. Model has separate, view has separate, your controller has separate, because so more productivity. For the more productivity we'll be following MVC architecture and also some predefined methodologies like Agile or Scrum, Agile or V model or some other models, waterfall model will be following. So for the productivity, ultimately the thing is we want to give the application as soon as possible and without any bugs and soon delivery and within the specified time. For that reason, we will be making everything independent. So that's the reason, as if it is a project, there are multiple model classes, multiple view pages, and multiple controller classes. That means, so on the presentation side, there will be some team will be working. We know, you know that UI we'll call them as, and then the back end the people will be working. We call them as database administrator, and the middleware to connect us to make an association between this view and this database. We will be working with the technology Java. So that's your middleware technology. Are you getting me?
Mhm.
So now in that case, we need some authentications also we need to perform. So we would like to make it authentication as a separate thing. So if you have a Spring has its own authentication classes and XML. There are different ways we can perform authentication. But in the servlets, we don't develop nowadays with only with the servlets. We don't develop the applications. Now, of course, we have updated latest versions. So but the background for any web application is servlets is required. If we learn without servlets or Spring or MVC, we don't understand actual structure, what is happening internally. So that's the reason before any MVC diagram, MVC in the Java, so we must need to learn servlets and even JSPs. So
Mhm.
coming to the point, filters How do you create a filters? Like Sublet API, we have a separate API. API is nothing but some predefined set of classes and interfaces. And there are three interfaces which we have as the part of this API. Filter and filter chain and filter config. These are the three interfaces. And filter interface contains three methods: init, do filter, destroy. But okay, it seemed like a servlet. You have init, service,
Yeah,
destroy.
yeah.
But here we have init and do filter and destroy.
Instead of do service itself.
Yeah, correct. So the point is a filter chain. When you have multiple times of where you have authenticated some things in the first page and the second page you want to authenticate some things, different things are there. Then you have to use the filter chain interface. Let's start with an example. See here, how would I maintain a connectivity between my filter and application? Suppose I have my class called, an index HTML or JSP page. When I click on that, the URL is sublet one. With this URL, I'll be finding my sublet. It has to go to the sublet. So this is my sublet, hello sublet. The URL is associated with this sublet. And
Once
remember,
can you show me the index code, index.html code? Okay.
okay. So when I click on this, it goes to sublet. But the thing is, I want to restrict this before going to my actual servlet. I want to make this. I want to visit with this URL. I want to go to my filter. How come it will go? To do that, we have to do something else in your web.xml. Your filter class. What is your filter class? There is a same like a class as a servlet class. We have a class my filter. This filter class must and should be associated with the URL what you are using for the servlet. If I use the URL for the servlet is servlet1, the same URL I have to associate with my filter also. Are you getting me?
Mm-hmm.
So that means here the URL will map to my filter class. And once, so that means if I have servlet and filter, here it has given only filter, but we will be configuring both of the things. So if your servlet, if your filter has been mapped, and whatever the specified need to be done, the task, that task has been done automatically. Automatically, it goes to your servlet. How it is going because of this is your actual web.xml. See here, if my URL is servlet1 and it takes the dummy name, this is called a filter name, this is dummy name. With this dummy name, it maps with the filter name, the dummy name, and both the dummy names have got mapped. Then it goes to actual class. So this is my URL, and this is my dummy name, and my class will be mapped. And what is the task I have given in the class? I have given some authentication. So that authentication will be done, and then once it's been done, automatically, because we have given the same URL. Okay. So for your filter, whatever the URL you are giving, the same URL. That means, okay, with the same URL, it's going to hello servlet. There must be some executable task in your hello servlet, and it performs the execution over there. So that's how the filter is called what do you say, pre and post. That means before it reaching to actual servlet, and after the servlet also we can, if you want to execute something, then you can go for filters. Are you getting me? So with the filter, what we are doing is we're doing some do filter, and we are passing request and response objects. What you are passing to the servlet, the same request and response objects. And here I'm getting a writer and filter is invoked before. I'm just printing a message, but we haven't done any authentication over here. So once it's been done, what we are doing is chain dot to do filter sends the request to the next resource. So who is the next resource? That is your servlet. So
Okay.
with the same URL, because the URL is same, we are mapping already in the web.xml. So it automatically goes over to the gives access to the hello servlet. And in your hello servlet, you have a doGet method, and there in the doGet method, you will be so in the doGet method, you have some code to be executed. So that's okay. We'll go to the next example and authentication, so that we'll be getting more clarity. We have an index.jspr HTML, and here I have a name and password. And when I click that, when I submit it in the login, so obviously it goes to the filter, because so the URL what we are given is the action is servlet1. When I submit this form from the web.xml, it goes to my filter, and my filter, it has init and do filter and the destroy method it has. So it goes to immediately do filter.
The web.xml should, be telling where to go, right?
Yeah, because of this URL. So if you have servlet and filter, but immediately it goes to first filter.
Yeah.
Okay, but your filter and whatever the servlet which is associated, you have to give same URL. That should be must. So that's the reason they have connectivity. Now filter got, and here what you're doing is you're authenticating. Hey, password dot equals to admin. If it is admin, then only it will allow him. Yeah, and what we're doing immediately, we have mapped it and we are asking it to go to servlet now.
Yeah.
We are asking it to go now. You are permitted. Now you can go to the servlet chain dot do filter. It will go to immediately your servlet with the same request and response object, and whatever you say, so that will be printed as a response. Nothing much. In case if your request hasn't mapped, we are going to do. We would like to dispatch. Hope I have told you what is a get request dispatcher.
Yeah.
Did
I guess so.
we have a dispatcher include and request dispatcher is an interface. Wherever you would like to redirect to the page, it will go over there. So I'm telling that if the page it's failed, then immediately send it to the page index.html itself. And what it has to include, it has to include the same request and response. So that's the reason we are including this. And then going to your if got success, goes over here, and whatever the executable code, whatever the business logic code you have, that will be executed. So that is about your filter, and we have a filter init method, same like your servlet configuration information. If you have configured anything in the web.xml, if you want to read that configured information from the web.xml, then you can use that one. What do you say, filter config will be useful. So I have configured some information as an init parameters, construction and param value. So these values I would like to read it. So if I want to read it in my filter, I can use my config. So method I have in the init method. So I can read it. Config dot, here I'm getting this config dot get in parameter of construction. So what it has, the value, that value will be given, and so if you want to print it, you can print it. Yeah, we are printing over here. So if yes dot equals of yes, so then go to this particular page. Anything, not only that, any other has given. See all the things they will give the possibilities. The vendor's responsibility is to provide for. If in such case, if you want to read anything, any data from the .xml only, then configure it the XML file itself. So that is the use of your the filter config object, and there are some useful examples. Counting number of visitors for a single page. So these things we would like to do in the filters. Any additional task. So we would like to write actual implementation in the application, but other than this, any countings or any how many numbers of visited or any other information you would like to get load it, and who has given wrong password and something we would like to get it. So here
That
you
makes
can
sense. Yeah.
write, right, to do filter, and you can write it over here. So that's an filter concept. You just execute that examples later on.
Yeah, sure. I'll go over it.
Right, anyway. Now coming to the CRUD application, we have some CRUD applications. So you
Oh,
are
yeah. Create, read, update, delete.
delete. So hope you are aware of a database.
Yeah. Back in my undergrad, but I remember. Yeah.
Sorry?
Back in my undergrad, I read these, but I remember here and there with all the SQL queries.
Oh, okay. You have done application, right?
Yeah, I did.
So you know what is DAO class?
No. Dull class?
DAO.
No.
You know Pojo class, right?
Yeah, only with the setters and getters.
Right, wonderful. See, I would like to insert a data from a form. It might be a servlet, or it might be a Spring, or it might be a JSP. So what are the required things? First one is form. That's index.html or index.jsp. And the form contains username, password, email, country details, whatever it may be. But these details also I need to fetch it from the database. But here we are getting manually. The page only we would like to get it. Okay, once I submit my action, what is my action? Save servlet. So that means with this it is going to some class. If I have authentication, okay, otherwise it will go to some class. Okay, what is that class? Save servlet must be
Database
mapped.
connection.
No. It should be your servlet only.
Oh.
Okay, when I submit that, it is going to servlet. So what we are going to do? We are getting all the values what we are giving from the form. Okay, I'm reading the values from the form.
Okay.
Request.get parameter, request.get parameter, get email, password, all the things. Now we have a Pojo class. What is that? Employee, and I would like to set this to my object, so that if I set it to my object, I can use it. I may perform some other operations, or I may store it in the database. I don't want to store it like this. If I want to store directly, I can store it by using a Java application. I don't need any employee object. But the thing is, that's not a right way. As Java is an object-oriented thing, and where I can perform any other function, any other implementation with while reading these form parameters. So that's the reason what we are going to do is we have created an employee class which might contain setters and getters. So all the values, whatever I'm reading from the form, I'm going to set it to my object. That's my employee object. Are you getting me? And then, so my employee object reference is now E. So this E is an employee object. This E, I need to save it to the database. So that means I need a database connectivity. So in the employee class, I didn't write anything about database information. So it's not a good process to have in a project class, or in an employee class, or in a student class, a database connectivity. For that, we need to create a separate layer, which will be taking your Java objects to the database. That's an actual process. We should not write. If you want, we can write it in the same sublet class. I can write database connectivity. So to make it everything independent, what we'll do is we'll create a separate DAO layer, which is responsible to take employee objects to the database. Are you
From
getting
the
me?
servlet or from any application to database?
from see here, because we are redirecting, first thing is servlet. As we have controller class is our servlet. We have a view HTML, and now your controller is your servlet. Okay. Now it has to, with the help of this model, this is my model. Okay, we are setting it to this model. Are you getting me? We have set all these values to the model. Now this is my business logic, or this is my object. Okay, this is my business logic object. This object I need to store it in the database. So because for every application MVC we have controllers. Controller is must. Controller is only servlet. So here also any request I am going to take it to the servlet, and here my servlet name is save servlet. Are you getting me? And in this class, reading the parameters and setting the values to the employee.
Yeah.
I set it, and then what I'm going to do is I need to set it to the database. That means I need a database class. For that, what we have done is we have written some DAO class, but this is not a good process. This much code he has written. There must be some other simple way. But anyway, we have a DAO. This is called DAO. So DAO is responsible for making a connection between your Java object to your database.
Okay.
That means we are creating a separate layer. Apart from your MVC model view controller, we have some other layer, that is DAO layer. Okay, or database layer we call it as. Generally DAO stands for data access object. Okay. DAO stands for DAO, data access object. So here DAO means simply you have to remember that your database connection information and your object, your employee object, or what you want to do with that object. You might be saving, or you might be deleting, or you might be updating. That information I have to write it inside this method only. So if I get any employee ID, I need to be able to edit it now. For that reason, I'm going to write to get employee ID with that particular ID.
Yeah.
So there is implementation for each and every method that we have to see it now. So let's call the first method. So we got it. First thing is we will be having a database connection. Okay. Apart from the database, what we are going to do? The person has filled a form, and so it is going to take me to the employee DAO, and in the employee DAO, I have one method that is called a save method. When I call the save, when I'm calling this save of which class? Employee DAO. When I call this employee DAO class of save, so it is a static method. I don't need to create any object to call this method. Okay, so I'm calling this method, and when I'm calling this method, I must need to pass a reference of employee. Are you getting me? So where am I calling this? Obviously, I'm calling this one in my controller. So in my controller, I'm calling employee DAO dot save method.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm passing this object. So what I have to write a logic. If I say simply save, it's not a predefined method. So we are responsible to write the logic. So if you pass simply that variable reference, it will not do anything. So you have to set it to your database. How are you going to set it? That's what is important now. So where is that? Yeah, here we're telling it get the connection. We have already connection in the we have written before this save method. We have written some steps of lines.
Oh, same like the JDBC thing. Yeah.
Get connection on the employee DAO by using what you okay. So we have JDBC connections, username set, password, everything has been set it. So if I call only get connection method, this is my method. So ultimately it returns me the connection object. That means the database connection object it will return to me. Okay. So it will establish the connection and returns to me connection. So once if I got the connection, I need to use a statement, or I need to use a prepared statement. So basically we are giving the values from the form. So it is better to use a prepared statement, not a general statement. So prepared statement, and I'm manually writing the query. Insert the values into the table user 9 not 5. That means I need to create a table first of all in the database also. So whatever the data objects they're coming there, I need to insert into these values. So that means there must be some table user 905 and 905, and it contains 4 fields: email, password, and email country. And this is the syntax of your what do you say, database query. Are you getting me? So I've written this query. Now, as I have a prepared statement, so I'm getting these things. One on the first column, one means first column, e dot get the name. And when I have passed the object, and this object has the methods get method and set methods. So I'm passing the object values. Already employee got values. So whatever I have set it in the servlet from the form, those values I'm reading over here. Okay, get name and get that value, set that value into the first column. Get password, set value that to the second column. Okay, so as they're all strings, we don't need to worry. Third column, get email. Fourth column, get country. We have been set the values. And then finally, you need to call the method called execute update. So that means these values need to be inserted as an records. And it gives me, once it got recorded, it gives me the status as number 1. If it has given me the status as 1, that means a record got inserted. So once it's been done, I'm asking it to close the connection. That's it. That's it. The database connection has been done and it has been inserted. Now, what if I would like to delete a record or update a record? So with this, I have this information. So where generally we don't do it directly, no. So we need to have a form only. So here, if you see, there are some other options. View employees. If I click on that, it is going to give me all the employee records. Okay. So right. So for the edit, it has written a separate servlet class. What if I would like to edit a class? So by giving some ID, so that means employee get ID. So when I click on that, it has to call edit servlet and it is going to edit all the values. You're going to get all the edited values. And here you're going to set all the values. The edited form again needs to set all the values.
Okay.
That means we have to give, when you are editing, it has to take an option. Okay, view servlet, there are many things. Save employees, view employees. So when I say view employees, it gives all the list of the employees. Yeah. In the view employees, that means there is another page. Only one page we have.
Yeah.
In the view employees.jsp, there is some other JSP page or HTML page. There you will be having all the list of employees to be edited or deleted. If I click on the delete, so it has to take immediately the record of the ID of the person. Get element by ID and you have to delete this record. And if I say edit, it has to go to the edit class and it has to delete that person. So that means there are two pages, two view pages. One is index.html and yeah, here only we have, I think, form he has given here, but it's not a good way to have a form inside the servlet. There should be a separate way. We have to create it as a separate. Here he is not using JSPs. That's the reason he has written here itself. Dynamic access will not be available, but my request is, okay, you try this with this. Okay, so here, so we don't have anything separately for edit. When you click on view, in the web.xml we will be having information. So there is no web.xml because we are using all with the annotations, right? So we don't need anything. DO and get all the employees. When I say view all the employees, it is going to fetch for me list of all the employees. List.id, select from users, So result set dot execute query. We are going to get all the values and we are going to print it. Edit update same method. So update method, when I call do.get connection, we need every time we need to write database. Okay. On the set ps dot set execute update, whatever the fields you are editing, your name, password, email, everything you are going to edit it, right? There is something it's got missed over here. When I say edit, it goes to the edit servlet. Get ID, and it's going to read the get ID, and immediately we will be having a form. But where is this view servlet is mapped? Where is that one got mapped? I didn't find it. When I click on this view employees, let's see. This should be your view.
Maybe they missed it. The view.
This should be your view. No. View
Let us
means
edit itself. Because we have one edit also.
sorry.
We have one edit also, right?
Save. We have edit and save here, the same thing. For edit and save is using the same thing. Action equal to edit servlet. That means it goes to second servlet. When you edit the values, it goes to second servlet. Here is your second servlet. Here what you'll do is you'll edit all the values. For the form, ID, SID, name, password, email, country, all you are going to edit. And from the form, from the edit servlet one whatever you got, that values you are going to read it over here and you are going to set it. Okay, so update, delete servlet, view servlet, yeah, here. So view servlet is here. So when you have a view, click on view, so it has to display all the records. So that means what he has done is for every method of your first one, for every method of your save servlet, no, not save servlet, yeah, employee DAO, whatever the method is there, for every method they have created a separate servlet. Are you getting me?
Okay.
So but it is not here, he did not use a JSP there. That's the reason he did not use if you would have JSP you would have used, then we don't need to do all this stuff. Okay. So this he is doing with only classes. That means again, if I click on edit or something, it has to take me
Back to the servlet.
Particular servlet, and there in the view servlet only we will be having options. Okay, with the view servlet only. I just wanted you to download this and application and run this application.
Sure.
And please let me know what are the challenges you face.
Yeah.
Here, this is a complicated application. We should not do such kind of thing.
Okay.
But the thing is, so there should be some understanding like only servlets and HTML, how to develop a web application with the database. But we don't use this kind of system. We have to use JSPs and all generally. This is only servlets here we are talking. That's the reason we are seeing that application. PageNation. Hope you are aware of what is PageNation.
like breaking up the code.
So we have some number of records, some 1,000 or 2,000 records. I would like to give them from 1 to 5 one record, and 6 to 10 some other page, and 11 to 15 some other page. Then I need to go for pagination. Do this example also, okay? And please let me know if you have any challenges.
Yeah.
You don't have any word, okay? We have download SQL, my connector here. Download SQL file, okay? Download this file, okay? So he has given SQL file and database connectivity jar file and also Eclipse program. So do this one also, okay? And filters, you have to work on it, and that's it. So registrations we have done, database only, so then there's no point of registration. These are all simple applications. So how would you say it to the data, to the database? So this is a simple one. So because we have already seen the complete application here itself, CRUD application, then there's no point of having registrations. Okay, so fetching, that means selecting a record. So a particular record I would like to select. Search search text or role input type. Try this one also and see that, and if you don't get it, please let me know. Okay, and work on it, improving performance, uploading a file, downloading a file, select sending email, write data to PDF file, login example. Try these examples for your practice purpose. They'll be useful and tomorrow, but make sure that CRUD example should be done and filters. That's it. Okay, so you've done that, and we'll start up immediately JSPs, or else we'll execute them if you have any complexity. Hope your Eclipse is working with servlets and these things now.
Yeah, servlets are working.
Right, working right now.
Yeah.
Fine. So now download these examples and work on it, and please get back to me if you have any issues.
Sure.
And session trackings also work on it. I need to show you one example. I'll show you later on. And these things, make sure everything should be done. And any other queries and questions you can ask me. So maximum we have done. Okay, so that's about it. Whatever the important things in the servlets, everything we have seen. So, but the thing is now execution. So that just to take care. But if you are facing any challenge, I'll take care of that. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Jyoti. Thank you very much. See you then tomorrow. Yeah? Make sure the programs will be execution. Huh?
Sure.
I'm not showing you because you're able to do it. That's the reason I'm not showing. Okay. Thank you.
I'm getting it. Like if I'm not getting, I am Googling it. I'm watching some YouTube videos. I'm able to figure out. It's just taking a little time, but I'm able to figure out.
Yeah. So the thing is, if you do so that debugging and all, technically you'll become strong. So the more you research for the things, the more you'll become stronger. So that's how in the real world. So if any bug comes, so you should feel happy in the real time. So that means you're trying to set something so that we will be going to learn many things. So but simply application is running, we don't learn anything. That's the thing. Okay. Right. See you then, Jyoti, tomorrow. Thank you.